It's our birthday. Apply for the HSN credit card and party like a VIP. Instantly get $25 off when you're approved. Plus, enjoy extra flex on jewelry, beauty, and fashion purchases all day, every day. And the gifts keep on coming. You'll get VIP financing, VIP easy returns, exclusive offers, and no annual fee. Apply now and celebrate like never before. Call 1-800-695-1418 or search HSN card at hsn.com.
Hi everybody, how are you doing? I'm Colleen Lopez. We are celebrating our birthday, you may have heard, here at HSN, 41 incredible years. And every July when Andrew Lessman visits, we focus on beauty. And tonight, we have the most exciting lineup, including a today's special that will be launching at midnight. We're gonna give you a little peek at it right now if you'd like to take a look at it, because it is, do you know that already over 13,000 people? And we haven't even had a presentation on this. Hi there, happy 41st birthday. It's Andrew's 41st yes. birthday as well.
I wish it was my 41st birthday.
You and me both.
I started my company in September. It'll be 39 years ago.
Wow.
That I started my company.
Wow, that's amazing.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
I did it before I was born.
Clearly,
or when I was 2 years old, right? 41 years old. So, and our hair, skin, and nail product, we developed that product originally about 21 years ago. So halfway through the life of my company, we developed our healthy hair, skin, and nail product, and we'll talk about it at length at midnight. But what's important to note, it is the best price ever. We've done, on say the large size, we've done that price before, $89.90, but it wasn't for 720 capsules, it was for 600. And it wasn't for 5,000 IU of biotin, it was for 4,000. So today, 20% more quantity, 25% more biotin, and again, the lowest price we've ever done. So it's an exciting product with almost 80% of the reviews are 5-star reviews. I think there's over 4,000 5-star reviews.
That's exactly right. I mean, it's the most amazing beauty product of all time. And Andrew's absolutely right. We normally, when we sell the 720, we only do it when it's a Today's Special. One time a year we do this. Normally the 720 is $99. This is the very first time we have ever done a 720 count for $89. And for those of us who take it every day, and I take 2 a day, that's a year's supply, boom, right there, greatest value.
But the value's over 200. So when we did a 720 for the Today's Special last year, it was $99.90 as a Today's Special price.
Wow.
The actual value's over 200.
Isn't that incredible?
So we'll talk about that at midnight. I'll read some of the reviews. I'll go over the abundant science that supports the way we deliver the ingredients in that product and why the reviews are so unanimously positive.
There you go. So stay tuned. You're welcome to order early if you'd like to, but you'll get the full lowdown coming up in about an hour. All right, but we're going to start. We have a little variety hour in this first hour. It's going to be busy. We have lots of your favorites coming up, and this is the time of night when I always like to start with this product, because a lot of you are thinking about going to bed in an hour or two, and you probably are already thinking, am I going to sleep tonight? You know, for anybody that has trouble falling asleep, and more people do, especially as we get older, I think a lot of people find as they get older, it's even more difficult to fall asleep. This is a godsend. This is a product that will gently give your body what it needs to naturally fall asleep. Tonight, I will absolutely take this. I take it on nights when I work late and I'm wide awake and I want to sleep. This is just a gift you give yourself. You don't have to take it every night if you don't want to. You can, but you don't have to. A lot of us keep it on hand to take it when we need it. I know when you travel, it's a great product to take because you know different time zones, your body clock gets goofed up. It's a really amazing product, and we have it everything's birthday priced, everything's free shipping and handling, everything's being offered. Again, on the big bottles are all on flex pay for you. So this is the perfect time to stock up and try nighttime or get your nighttime tonight.
And one of the more interesting aspects and the simple aspects of a nighttime product, first of all, our product is an ultrafine powder in a capsule. Why is that important? Because when you take a product that's supporting sleep, that product needs to be available to your body and available to your body quickly. Typical products are in tablets. Tablets are, first of all, difficult to swallow. They're difficult to dissolve. They're more challenging to dissolve. I could open this capsule here. Actually, the herbs in this capsule the botanicals are quite pungent in terms of their odor. But the difference with a product like this, that ultrafine powder, is immediately available for absorption. It's not going to upset your stomach. And ours is a combination of ingredients. If you use too much of any one ingredient, that's when you run the risk of having a hangover in the morning, to have the kinds of side effects that you don't want. What we do is we take the full sort of the full menu of ingredients that Mother Nature provides to create a relaxing state. This is not something that's intended to knock you out and put you right to sleep. That's what drugs and medicines are intended to do, with all their side effects and all their habit-forming consequences. What this product delivers is that relaxing state that really allows us to go to sleep. And you were talking about before, Colleen, that a lot of folks, if you have trouble going to sleep, it's almost like you dread a process that should be a process that's soothing and relaxing and calming, and it becomes just the opposite almost, that we worry about whether we'll be able to sleep. We get anxious about it, which of course only further undermines the sleep process. And that's one of the most important things we do for sleep, is creating what's called a hygienic sleep environment. When we think in terms of sleep hygiene, a dark environment, a cool environment, a quiet environment, and by dark, eliminating all sources of light in the room. That there are all sorts of things we could do, no caffeine late in the day, that we focus on foods that are going to be supportive of a relaxing state, and that we also don't eat too close or too far away from the time we're going to sleep. There's no magic way to go to sleep, but there are ways that we could provide a more relaxing state, and then our body will naturally go to sleep, and that's what this product is intended to deliver back to us.
Perfect. All right. If you have a minute, go read the reviews on hsn.com. It's a big customer pick, but we're going to wrap this up because there's, as I said, a lot happening in this first hour. We call it a variety hour, so you're going to see a really nice mix of products. And I get excited about your July visit. I think we all look forward to this visit. It's one of the most, exciting visits for those of us, that take healthy hair, skin, and nails, because you know you're going to get the best value. But your whole focus is really on, you're always on health, but I think your focus also is on beauty. And I think it's fun to learn that there are all these natural products that will help you look and feel more beautiful and healthier. And I think when you're healthy from the inside out, you do look better. You feel better and you look better.
What's great about our products and our approach to beauty is all of the products don't exclusively just provide their beauty benefits. Certainly, that's what you read in the reviews, but you could find reviews talking about healthy hair, skin, and nails, talking about just feeling better, feeling as though they have more energy, because the ingredients we provide are not just about beauty, they're also about wellness on the inside. So we'll talk about that at midnight. But what I also wanted to do, in terms of, as I said, sleep hygiene and having habits that are supportive of a good night's sleep, peppermint tea, chamomile tea have both been historically used for sleep. The historically finest chamomile tea in the world is Egyptian chamomile tea. So our chamomile tea on its own there's no chamomile tea like it. It really tastes like honey syrup when you make it, even though there's no sugar, no carbohydrate. We also have a version of it with mint in it as well. But if you want a tea that you can make a quart of tea with one tea bag. It will be the most affordable tea you've ever gotten, because it's not bitter and it never becomes bitter. Even if you steep it for not just 5 minutes or 10 minutes, you could steep it for 5 or 10 hours and it will never become bitter.
You know, when normally you make tea, you put the tea bag in, and then if you forget and don't pull it out, the tea is just bitter. This will never get bitter. It is, for me personally, it's the best tea I've ever had. I love this tea. If you come to my kitchen, open the cabinet, I always stock both of these teas. They're wonderful. So let me show you what the choices are, because there are the 2 different flavors for you to choose from. You might want to stock up on both, because we have the chamomile peppermint, and then we also have the Egyptian golden. I think that is
chamomile on its own.
The chamomile on its own. So you have either choice. I love both, and you can try whichever you'd like. It's a 30 sachets, 60 or 90. Here's the regular pricing. We have $44.90, so $20 off the largest one. And to Andrew's point, one tea bag will make a pitcher. If you come to my refrigerator, I try to always keep a big pitcher of tea, of Andrew's tea.
That's in my refrigerator at home.
Yeah.
There are 6 pitchers at any one point in time that are going to be my green tea for the morning, and then later in the day, it's just chamomile and chamomile mint. That's all I have. In fact, I have a cup right in front of me now that I'm drinking of chamomile mint, and I'll pull out, so you can just get a sense. I'm gonna pull out you can see how full it is. That's a chamomile tea bag. And on the image they had on the screen there. So
no little strings, no little
No
right?
little strings, because we don't want string tea.
Right.
And no ink, because we don't want ink in our tea. But those are the chamomile blossoms, that our tea is entirely chamomile blossoms. I think we underestimate the power of positive habits and positive behaviors. And certainly, we were just talking at dinner tonight about how coffee in the morning is sort of a ritual. Why not have a relaxing, soothing ritual like chamomile tea or mint tea that our ancestors certainly knew the value of it for thousands of years. These two plants have been respected for their soothing role, not just in terms of sleep and relaxation, but also in terms of digestion.
Absolutely. I'm going to find out what's left. There's only a few hundred of each of these. So if you want just chamomile or chamomile peppermint, or try both, it's $20 off, the largest choice. And I can almost guarantee you'll love this tea. In fact, you made me a tea drinker. I'm a coffee girl. I love coffee. I was not a tea drinker at all because I don't like the bitterness of a lot of teas. This is so not that. It is soothing. It is beautiful tea. It's lovely to drink. It never gets bitter. And I will tell you, it's such a value. So try it. You will love it. Chamomile is great for evening too. This is a ritual for me at night for unwinding. Chamomile is a wonderful tea to sip at night.
And it just, in terms of reviews, it's hard to imagine a tea that could be better reviewed. There's, I think, 114 total reviews on these two teas, and 100 of them are perfect 5-star reviews.
Wow.
So it's very difficult to imagine a tea that gets that kind of excitement, to get those kinds of reviews. But whether it's the chamomile or the chamomile mint, the Egyptian chamomile, the mint, the peppermint that comes from the Pacific Northwest, both organic, because if you're making tea, you're extracting it in water. You don't want pesticides and herbicides. You want organic. This is something that you're enjoying the benefits of it, and you shouldn't have to worry about other issues or other chemicals you're getting with them.
All right, we'll keep you posted here. Both choices are available, all chamomile or the chamomile peppermint. I hope you'll try it. I know you're going to love it. But we're going to keep moving here. It's our variety hour leading up to midnight. And one of Andrew's best-selling products of all time, one of his top reorder products of all time, and HSN's #1 top-selling beauty product, boom, bar none, is the Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails. That's our best buy of the day. We'll be doing a full presentation coming up at the stroke of midnight. But coming up now, we are going to talk about calcium magnesium. Another great product that a lot of us take religiously every single day. I always take mine in the evening because I find that this is another one that kind of helps me to unwind.
That's why we're talking about it now, because a lot of folks take calcium and magnesium, or take calcium specifically at the end of the day for relaxation. It's their tool for relaxation. Of course, calcium is a critical mineral that we need for healthy bones, and we'll be talking about vitamin K2, MK7 in a moment. We could even put that on the graphic at the bottom of the screen, because that's vitamin K2, MK7. That's really the police officer that makes sure that calcium benefits our bones and doesn't calcify other tissues that we don't want calcium to be deposited in. But when it comes to calcium, magnesium, the key with this product is overcoming the fact that it's generally a very unpleasant product to use. The reason why is calcium and magnesium both, they're technically considered metals. Metals are generally not water soluble. So unfortunately, when you're talking about calcium, magnesium, it's very difficult to get those dosages to be soluble when they're delivered as rock hard tablets. They're hard to swallow. They're relatively insoluble in the stomach, and pretty much any radiologist who's ever spent any time, doing their radiology training, they know that they've seen calcium, magnesium pills moving through the digestive system undissolved, because they're radio opaque. So they're going to be opaque to an X-ray. So you'll see those tablets moving through again, because they're metals, technically metals. So what we do differently is we use forms, and we use it in a physical form. Again, it sounds simple, but it's important. The physical form of calcium is critical, not just the chemical form, but the physical form.
A lot of calcium is like a rock.
And the
like
typical product is a rock, and ours is, you can see my hand, ours is like dust. And again, the reason why, the only way you overcome the inherent insolubility of calcium, which is the inherent cause of a stomach upset, is by putting it in a form, and using chemical forms, of course, but putting it in a physical form that increases the available surface area. And of course, a powder like that has millions of times more surface area than a rock hard tablet. It's also easy to swallow. It's also not going to cause any stomach upset at all.
There we go. I want to show you what the choices are. If you want to stock up, we go all the way up to 1,000 count. So whatever size you'd like, we have the Try Me size at 60, a 250, 500, or 1,000 capsules. Normally $129. Check it out. $40 off if you go for the largest one. A lot of us take this every single day.
Less than 9 cents a capsule.
I mean, that's wild. So you decide the size you want, but again, most of us, we stock up when we can on the largest one because that clearly is where you're gonna get the biggest savings, and you're gonna be taking a couple of these every single day. I plan to take it for the rest of my life. I think a lot of us understand the importance of taking calcium. A lot of us don't get enough calcium in our diet, and we realize the importance for our skeleton, for our bones. Calcium needs to be taken with magnesium. This is the finest calcium magnesium you can take.
And
it's lovely. It doesn't hurt your stomach. Those big calcium. If you ever tried, you know, it's so funny because a lot of people like even take an antacid that has calcium in it. Have you seen that? So that to me is so counterintuitive. Why would you take an antacid to get your calcium? It's silly, right?
What it just shows that, unfortunately, calcium, because it's an antacid, what calcium needs, a metal needs, is acid to go into solution. That's why it makes a good antacid, calcium carbonate, because it basically neutralizes that acid. And the typical antacids are going to be calcium carbonate, which, frankly, that's better than taking what I consider the aluminum-based antacids. There are a lot of them, if you read the labels, they use aluminum compounds as their buffering agent. And then, of course, the typical antacids on the market now are the proton pump inhibitors, things like Prilosec or Nexium or things like that. But we're not talking about antacids here. What we're talking about is a way to deliver a critical, essential mineral. And most important, because whether we supplement calcium or not, or whether we're getting it from our diet, most of us don't get adequate amounts from our diet. It's critical that the calcium we do get, what little we get, or what abundant amounts we might be getting from our diet or supplement, we need to have something that directs it and ensures it benefits us and it doesn't do any harm. And that's vitamin K2 MK7.
Yep, and I know we have that information for you too if you'd like to stock up on your vitamin K2 MK7.
Next. Yes.
Oh, that's coming up next.
Yes.
Perfect. So we'll talk more about that. If you want your calcium, you choose the size 60, 250, 500, or 1,000 count. Look at, I mean, 1,000, that's a lot of calcium, magnesium we're sending you. I'll just show you. Easy to swallow, will not upset your stomach. His Andrew Lessman vitamins will never repeat on you. They are an absolute joy to take. That is the key to Andrew's products. They are the finest manufactured anywhere in the world. Look at that, 1,000 capsules tonight for, what is that, $89.90.
And again, ultra-fine powder, and it's also, you're getting a little bit of vitamin D in it as well. You're getting a bit of boron. I have a chart here that shows. You're also getting a little bit of vitamin C, because vitamin C can enhance calcium uptake as well. So you're really getting a comprehensive product. And it's 9 cents a capsule. So it's incredibly affordable despite it not coming in. Rock hard tablets are the easiest way to make a product, but it's the most unpleasant way for you to consume a product. So we make the calcium product that you'll fall in love with. And if you read the reviews, I suspect this is a product that's at least 4.5 stars.
4.7 average.
4.7 stars. Out of 673 reviews, 560 of them are perfect 5-star reviews.
Isn't that great?
Yep.
All right, so hold on. If you're ordering calcium magnesium intensive care, it is available. But coming up next, we're going to talk about the vitamin K2 MK7. This is another one that, as of recently, I started taking this because it's one of the probably one of the only things of yours I hadn't been taking.
It's a relatively new product. We started talking about this a few years ago. It's a product that I've known about for a long period of time, and like all of my products, we put it through a careful review of the science before we create the product. Even if there's a demand for the product, I first want to make sure that the product is not just the science isn't just interesting, but the science is compelling. And when it comes to vitamin K2 MK7, it's hard to imagine an ingredient that could be more important to all of us. And I say that not just in terms of bone health, I say it in terms of cardiovascular health. And whenever I say that, people ask me, cardiovascular health, how does that have anything to do with bone health? And how does that have anything to do with calcium metabolism? Well, calcium, it is not just present in our bones. Calcium is found throughout our body. Calcium plays a critical role throughout our body, but calcium, the sort of the reservoir in our body for calcium is our bones, and of course it also plays a structural role there in our bones. But calcium can also find itself in other tissues that we'd rather not have it there. We don't want things to calcify. We'd rather not have calcium deposited in our arteries. If it does so, our arteries become less resilient, less flexible. And one of the most beneficial attributes, one of the most youthful attributes of healthy arteries is their resiliency and flexibility. So we really want to avoid, we really want to resist calcification of those arteries. And a recent study that was just published on vitamin K2, MK7 spoke specifically about that. And over a short period of time, just a matter of months, a significant increase in arterial flexibility was noted. So not only is the science exciting in terms of the health of our bones and ensuring that it supports the role of calcium in our bones and the building of healthy bone, but it also supports the retention of calcium in the tissues where it belongs and not in the tissues where it doesn't belong. And that's why I kind of, the analogy I use, I talk about vitamin K2, MK7 as sort of being the calcium traffic cop, that it determines where it's supposed to be going, who's supposed to be going there, and who's not allowed to come here. And that's the role it plays, oversimplifying it, but makes it much easier to understand.
So interesting. I'm going to show you what the choices are. Again, everything's birthday priced, everything's with free shipping and handling, so you can always do a try me, that's a 30 count, but then we go all the way up to a 360 if you take one a day. That's going to last you about a year. So here are the choices. Here's the regular everyday HSN pricing for the birthday month. You have $89, $40 off, $20, $10, or $6 off, depending on the size you'd like us to send you if you're not taking it yet. This is an exciting product. It's a remarkable product that has so many cool health benefits. I always love learning about something new. This is something that up until recently we hadn't talked about a lot on the air, and I think more and more of us, our ears perk up when you realize the huge health benefits by adding this into your vitamin regimen.
I encourage everyone to do research on vitamin K2, MK7. It is technically, it shares the same name as vitamin K1. And vitamin K1, the origins of vitamin K1 is all about blood clotting. And in fact, the original name of vitamin K comes from the fact that in German, where it was first identified, the word for coagulation it's spelled with a K. So that's vitamin K1. That's phytonadione. But vitamin K2, MK7, is a different chemical structure. This is vitamin K1, this is vitamin K2, MK7, and as you can see, the 7 comes from the 7 groups that are attached to the same structure on both molecules here. These 2 ring structures are identical on both molecules, and the difference is that long chain. And with that vitamin K2, MK7, it plays no role in blood clotting. That's not what it does. And a lot of people are concerned about that. But vitamin K2, MK7, the role it plays is in terms of the way our body manages, utilizes calcium. Whether we have to consume some calcium in our diet. We need calcium in our body. It's an essential mineral. It's absolutely has to be part of the structure of our bone. It's also in all of our cells because we have principally 4 electrolytes in our body that are responsible for much of the osmotic pressure we experience in our body, whether it's sodium, potassium, calcium, magnesium. They all have to be there. And unfortunately, because of the ubiquitousness, the constant presence of calcium in our body, there's a risk of calcium being deposited in areas we don't want it. Vitamin K2, MK7 resists that, and that's the remarkable role it plays in both the health of our bones and the health of our cardiovascular system and retaining and supporting flexible arteries.
See there? I mean, how cool that one capsule, and they're really pretty. They're really interesting. They're beautiful little golden capsules. And again, for your cardiovascular health as well as for your bone health. Look at how pretty they are. I mean, if you get the 360, that's about a year's supply if you take one a day. Little tiny investment.
And that's all you need to take is one a day.
That's it, one a day.
Yes. And
it works hand in hand with everything else you're using. I doubt this is something that we're getting an abundance of in our diet.
We don't, unless you're eating Japanese natto, unless you're eating, fermented products from Japan, you're not getting vitamin K2 in the typical diet at all. Not a little, at all.
Oh, there you go. Okay, what'd you tell me, Steve? He wants us to mention...
I just want to mention it. In the next hour, we'll talk about the monthly special at greater length.
Great.
But as long as we're talking about cardiovascular health, we'll talk about it later in terms of beauty and in terms of brain and eye health. I just wanted to mention that our maximum essential omega-3 is the monthly special. And since it won't be a Today special until April of 2019.
Right.
This will be the best opportunity to buy it until April of 2019.
Do you know that you've already sold over 10,000 of these? It's just been running on a little spot on HSN.com.
No. That's only from when we were here last month.
There's not even a spot running on this?
When we were here last month,
gosh.
we mentioned it when we were here last month.
Wow.
Just as we
More
mentioned
than
the Today Special
10,000.
briefly on June 15th.
Can you add more? There's 3,000 of these left. I don't know if we can get more of this or not, but if you love Andrew's Omega-3, stock up. If you are not taking Andrew's Omega-3 yet, this is unequivocally the Omega-3 you must take. This is the finest on the market. All Omega-3 products are not the same, and this is the greatest value. And to Andrew's point, it will not be a Today Special until next year, till 2019. So this is the next greatest value to a Today Special. It's like a little mini Today Special, frankly. And there you can see, I'll show you that it's a 30, a 60, a 180, or a 360 count. And you guys go for it if you can.
In the next hour, we'll speak about it at length. The capsules are roughly half the size of a typical omega-3, but they contain more than 50% more of what you want per capsule. The product contains the natural form of omega-3s. The typical omega-3 contains a synthetic form. I'll go on at length about what makes this unique. Most importantly, zero stomach upset, zero fishy aftertaste. And the reviews on this product, most people hate omega-3 products. They're probably the most unpleasant, typical vitamin supplement to take. But I think our product, again, is probably 4.6, 4.7 star reviews.
Do you know, out of 3,300 reviews, do you know how hard it is to keep your average at 4.7 out of perfect 5? Well, with 3,300 reviews?
You have to 4.7, you need to have about 85% 5-star.
Right.
And you need to have over 90% 4 and 5-star reviews.
There you go. And you do.
Yep.
And that's the ticket. That's why it's an amazing, I mean, a fish oil product that people get that excited about, there are thousands. There's almost 2,800 perfect 5-star reviews on a fish oil product. It's unbelievable, I have to say. So we'll talk about it more next hour, but if you have not ordered the monthly special yet, I would get it because it's such a great value, and you will learn more about why not all the omega-3s you see. People understand the importance of supplementing omega-3, but unfortunately, a lot of the products will not deliver the health benefits you get by taking Andrew's.
There's no essential omega-3. We accept the fact that vitamins, we don't get them from, our body can't make them. We only get them from our diet. And if we're not getting them from our diet, we're missing out, and there's consequences. But most people don't realize, and maybe more folks are learning, that the omega-3s are technically like a vitamin. Our body can't make them. We need to deliver them. And we deliver them in the fashion that's arguably different and superior to any other product. And the reason why is really just follow the blueprint of Mother Nature, whereas most companies simply ignore it.
That's
unfortunately.
That's it. Okay, we're going to move on.
Right.
Hold on. We have a full presentation next hour.
Yep.
Stock up today if you can. By the way, if you're new to, we always assume that a lot of you already know Andrew because Andrew's celebrating, is this your 20?
My 22nd year at HSN.
22nd year.
I was at QVC for 5.5 years before that. And I started my company in 1979, in September of 1979.
Yeah.
I'd actually been making products before that, but I was making them for me. And because I was still in school at the time, and I figured one of the ways to be able to afford to have vitamins for me, I made them available to professional athletes and professional teams, and a number of celebrities in Los Angeles heard about them, and that's eventually how I stumbled my way onto QVC back almost 30 years ago.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, it really is. It's such a great success story. It really is. And the best part about it, we all get to benefit. And Andrew loves the science. He loves to do the research. And he's a great teacher. He loves to share the information and teach. So I think we all get to benefit because you will learn, even if you, Andrew always says, even if you don't buy a single thing from watching this show, you will go away armed with amazing information that will help you make smarter choices for your health.
As I always say, the most important thing to get isn't the product, it's the information, and hopefully you take that information and then do your own research. And that's one of the nicest things. The internet has all sorts of negative aspects we love to criticize, but the one thing the internet really does for all of us, it gives us access to remarkable amounts of great information, objective, scientific information, and I think that's just an incredible tool, because the smarter we are, the more we educate ourselves, the healthier we become. And that's what my principal role is here, is just to provide information. And I've been told by folks who work for the major retailers out there that, we only so many bottles leave HSN, but I'm told by the major retailers when we talk about omega-3s, there's lots of omega-3s leaving their stores. So, so I know that the information that I provide, and that's why I take such pains to provide it carefully, that's the most important thing we provide.
There we go. Okay, we're gonna move right along. Next up, we're talking about Cholesterol. How's your cholesterol? And chances are you know, because it's a test that most of us have done. If you have high cholesterol and you're looking for a very healthy, natural way to lower your cholesterol, this is your product. It's called Cholesterol, and it will lower your total and LDL cholesterol. It will lower it. If it doesn't, return it, no questions asked. But I will tell you, you are going to see remarkable results. It's so exciting. There's a natural way to address an issue that so many Americans are dealing with on a daily basis. We have a 60, a 180, a 360, or we even have the big 720 count for you tonight. Normally $199 for 720. Look at, check this out. $60 off. When
I introduced Cholesterol, that 720 count was about $500. So this is another example of a product that since we've introduced it, and it's been almost 20 years, since we've introduced it, all that's happened is we've been able to lower the cost. And this is an ingredient, if you read the language on the left side of that screen, if you pay attention to the things I always say about that you can't say dietary supplements can cure, treat, prevent a disease, high cholesterol, lowering cholesterol, that's technically, doesn't that sound like a disease claim? And if you said yes, it does. But there are certain exceptions. And the ingredient in this product, a plant sterol, is one of those exceptions where I'm allowed to talk about the role it plays in helping to reduce the risk of heart disease because of the role it plays in reducing total and reducing LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol. Everybody always asks me, which is the good cholesterol, which is the bad cholesterol? There's all sorts of easy ways to remember it. What I always say, LDL, that's the bad, lousy. So L, it's easy to remember.
L is for lousy.
And H, that's the one, that's the good cholesterol. Happy. So we want our H to be high and happy. And we want our L to be low because it's lousy. So so when you interpret your cholesterol test that you get from your doctor, just makes it easy because if you don't deal with it every day and every 6 months or so you get a test, you go, which one is the good, which is the bad? And of course you want to know the ratios, the ratio of your total to your HDL. You want to know where your LDL is. And of course, the higher your HDL is, that's so cardioprotective. And this does not lower HDL. This little capsule, it lowers total and it lowers LDL. The reviews on this product are absolutely incredible. This is another product that I think the reviews are about almost 90% positive reviews. And this is a product that you can get a blood test and see. And it's a product that if you give it a chance and you use it consistently, you take a capsule, say with each meal, or one capsule with each of your 2 largest meals, you're going to see a significant reduction in total and LDL cholesterol. It works perfectly with cholesterol-lowering drugs. In fact, they work together to give you an even better result because cholesterol-lowering drugs, the typical cholesterol-lowering drug, statin drug, is an HMG-CoA reductase inhibitor. It's a mouthful. It's an enzyme that's in your liver that enzyme is involved in the production of cholesterol in your body. When you inhibit the enzyme, you reduce cholesterol. Unfortunately, when you inhibit the enzyme, you also reduce the production of CoQ10 in your body, which is the most important ingredient for heart health and for energy production. So with this product, working with the medication you might be taking, you can, as many people, you could likely reduce the level of the medication you're taking, or maybe even eliminate it, but talk to your doctor first before you do that. But either way, whatever result you're getting, your results will only improve because this works in your digestive system by interfering with the absorption of cholesterol and the reabsorption of bile salts. So even if you never eat cholesterol, this can still lower cholesterol by interfering with the reabsorption of bile salts. So it wouldn't be approved by the US Food and Drug Administration to do what it does if it wasn't completely safe and also effective.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful? It's a plant sterol. It is complete. That's the beauty of this. It's not a drug. And so if you'd like to try it, this is the perfect time to do it. If you have a minute to go read the reviews, out of a few more than 800 reviews, over 700 of these reviews are excellent. And it's fun to go hear what people have to say because this is a really easy product to see if it works for you. Because you have your cholesterol checked, you start taking Cholesterol, you take 1 or 2 with each meal?
You take one with each meal.
One with each meal.
If you really want to do the maximum efficacy, you could take 2 with your largest meal if it's a very large meal, but typical 1 with each meal, or 1 with your 2 largest meals, so 2 a day. Minimum 2 a day. And again, it's the reason why it's an ultra-fine powder, I opened it so quick, is because it needs to mix with your stomach contents. You take it just before you eat, say 30 minutes or so before you eat, or take it within an hour or 2 of completing that meal, because that food is still in your stomach. Because it's an ultrafine powder in a capsule, it will still go to work and block the absorption of cholesterol and the reabsorption of bile salts. And in so doing, it lowers your total cholesterol and lowers your LDL. I should maybe just grab some reviews really quickly here.
Absolutely. And by the way, Stephen is putting at the bottom of the screen, as we talk about taking this with meals, our very healthy choice would be Andrew's oatmeal or oat bran. We have both of those at special birthday pricing for you tonight as well. You can check those out. We'll keep the information right here for you.
Our oatmeal oat bran, organic and gluten-free. Most oatmeal or oat bran are not. In fact, they didn't exist in terms of oat bran at the time we originally made these products. What we do is we fortify our oatmeal and oat bran with this ingredient. It makes it taste even better, even creamier, and it makes it the most powerful cholesterol-lowering oatmeal or oat bran in the world.
Wow.
So, but just quickly, just grab these from the top.
Okay.
Amazing results. My cholesterol was 270 in February. With diet and exercise, it went up to 272 by April. Exercise typically won't change cholesterol. It will shift your HDL. It will raise HDL if it's good, intense exercise. But diet, you really need to clean up your diet, and your diet can be highly effective. More fiber, reducing saturated fat and cholesterol. But I started taking Cholesterol, and now my cholesterol is 214.
Wow.
I'm taking 2 a day with dinner, and my cholesterol went down almost 60 points. My doctor just kept saying, very impressive, very impressive. Kind of see him kind of scratching his chin. I also ordered Choco Nuvo, and when I felt like having chocolate after dinner, I would eat one of those. Unfortunately, Choco Nuvo is not back until October. Right. They are delicious and satisfy a craving for something sweet after dinner. I will never stop taking these products, and I will tell all of my friends that are currently on statin drugs. And again, they work perfectly with statin drugs. Working for me, my cholesterol was always pretty good and not a problem. My cholesterol went to 240 after surgery, and I was prescribed medicine from that surgery. My doctors wanted me on a statin. I asked for some time to see if with diet it would make a difference. I immediately looked at what vitamins Mr. Lessman offered and purchased these. I just visited my doctor after blood work last week, and my cholesterol dropped to 187 from 240.
Wow.
My bad cholesterol dropped 50 points as well. This focuses on the bad cholesterol. No statins for me. I couldn't be happier. Thank you very much. Oh, and this is my first review ever on HSN.
Well done.
You rock. All right, one more. Cholesterol down. I love this product. I started using Cholesterol last year, but I was only using 1 capsule a day. In January, I reread the package and saw I should be using 3 per day. 2 per day or 3 per day. What's interesting, I think most of the time if my products don't work, it sounds self-serving to say it, it's they weren't used properly.
Right.
My doctor wanted my cholesterol down with medications, but I said no. I started using this correctly, and by May, my cholesterol was down about 35 points.
Wow.
Now it is borderline, so I will definitely continue. Thanks, Andrew, for saving me hundreds of dollars by not taking a prescription.
That is fantastic. And that's just a handful of the hundreds and hundreds of perfect reviews on Cholesterol. If you'd like to stock up, birthday pricing, free shipping and handling, FlexPay on the largest ones. Hey, by the way, just checking here, because coming up in about 25 minutes or so, we are going to be launching one of Andrew's top selling products of all time, our #1 highest rated beauty product we sell here at HSN. It's Andrew's Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails. If you already love the hair, skin, and nails, we all wait for July. Every year we wait for July because our favorite beauty product will be at the best value ever. And in all the years, in Andrew's 22 years, we have never offered the value like you're going to see tonight. It's the first time ever at $89, you get 720 capsules.
Oh, plus, I forgot. I totally forgot about something. Oh, wait, there's more. Sound like Ron Popeil. Oh, wait, there's more.
Oh, I remember
actually,
Ron.
His daughter's a very dear friend of mine.
Is she? Oh,
yep.
That's awesome.
But what we did is because what I just said before, that we often read the reviews that said, you know, if I had read the instructions or followed the dress or the suggested use, it would have worked the first time. And that certainly was Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails. Certainly with circulation vein support, take 2 capsules a day. But what we're doing with our Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails we're extending the money-back guarantee period to 60 days.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So there's no better time to try it for the first time than tonight when we talk about that. We didn't mention that in June because we didn't do it. This is something that the powers that be at HSN were kind enough to say, sounds like a great idea.
It's a great idea, because in 2 months, you're going to know, you're going to see a difference in your hair, in your skin, and in your nails. So that's coming up in about 25 minutes, so stay tuned. That's our best buy of the day for tomorrow. Tomorrow starts on the East Coast officially in just a few minutes, but right now we want to talk about another favorite of many. This is circulation and vein support. This has become, without a question, one of your absolute best sellers, top-rated products as well.
It's funny, because I tend to I don't really focus on sales reports or anything like that, but I was recently looking at capsule volumes and things that, whether it's Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails, or CoQ10, or our Ultimate Eye, or Circulation Vein Support, or Maximum Essential Omega-3, they're all about equally popular.
Interesting.
Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails capsule volume is slightly higher, partly because it's so affordable. Healthy Hair, Skin, and Nails, it's, as we'll talk about tonight, it's barely a dime a capsule for the highest potency version we've ever done. But our Circulation and Vein Support, this is a product that owes its popularity entirely to the fact that it works. It's not a product like omega-3s or a multivitamin where you have a certain consciousness that this is a product that's an important product to take. The only reason you enjoy the benefits of circulation and vein support is probably because someone told you, or you watched the show and you gave it a try. And you read the reviews on this product, and they are the most heartwarming reviews of any product I make. And it's a product that, if at the end of the day, and it's not even at the end of the day, as we get older, all of us, if we look at our, my legs, I'm very active, they haven't changed much, but they've changed. That they don't look the same as they did 20 years ago or 30 years ago. Things change, and the appearance of those tissues change. But frankly, for my advanced years, they haven't changed much. And I think the fact that I've been using this product now for a little over 20 years is one of the major contributors to the health of the circulation in my feet, ankles, and calves, certainly as active as I am. But it's changing in all of us. We stand too much, we sit too much, we probably weigh too much, we're not as active as we should be, that all of these things contribute to the most challenged blood vessels in our body, and contributes even more, conspires even more to sort of undermine their health and certainly undermine their appearance and the way our legs feel. So if at the end of the day they don't look the way you'd like them to look or feel the way you'd like them to feel, then this is a product. It has a half a century of history in Europe, recommended by doctors in Europe for the healthy circulation of their patients' legs. And it's a product that now with us has about almost a quarter of a century of use here. And again, it's one of those products that's almost perfectly reviewed.
There we go. Let me show you what the choices are real quickly here. It's a favorite of many of us. Stephen, our producer, takes it. I mean, a lot of us who work here at HSN take it because we are required to be on our feet for hours and hours and hours. When we come to work, we don't sit down. We are on our feet the whole entire time. And I think a lot of you have jobs just like that or lifestyles just like that. You're on your feet a lot or you sit a lot. If you sit a lot, horrible for your lower extremities. If you're on your feet a lot, you are probably like a lot of us, your feet hurt, your ankles swell, your calves ache. By the end of the day, you can't wait to just sit down and put your feet up. This is your product. I would love to recommend it. My husband takes this religiously every single day. We both love. It's one of our absolute favorite products. Let me show you what the choices are, and you choose what's going to work best for you, a 30, 60, 180, or a 360 count. Here's the regular everyday HSN pricing for the birthday. $89.90 for 360 caps, $40 off, the largest choice. And again, you're choosing, really you just choose, I would get one of the larger ones if you can. You can do FlexPay, so we'll divide those into monthly payments for you. Everybody gets free shipping and handling on this. But the most important thing is the results you're going to get. There are thousands of perfect reviews on this product. Women and men who take it adore this product because it delivers incredible results. Not only will you feel a difference in your legs, in your ankles, in your calves, in your feet, but you are going to see a difference. So your legs will look different, they will feel different. And if you are one of the many people listening to this and you, again, are dragging around at the end of the day, even you wake up in the morning and you already, if your legs feel heavy, if they feel like lead, if you feel like you just have lost that get up and go in your legs, give this a try. You really should try, because those of us who take it, we will not be without it. I will never give this up. I mean, this is one of those products, if you run out and you stop taking it for a couple weeks, boy, do you notice a difference in your legs.
Yeah, and even if they feel fine, and we all hear about things that are, you know, sometimes we feel like we have pins and needles, we feel like our legs are restless, whatever it might be that might change as we've gotten older or throughout the day. But we also just notice a change in appearance, whether it's a change in the blood vessels, a change in the appearance of the veins in our legs. That this is a product that its specific mode of action is to sort of improve the tone, to talk in non-scientific terms, but even the science, they refer to this specifically. They talk about the tone of blood vessels, that if blood vessels are better toned, it's like if a garden hose, we put water through a garden hose, we don't see any change in the shape of the garden hose. But if that garden hose was made out of like the material that they make surgical gloves out of course, we'd watch it enlarge.
Right.
So if those blood vessels are more toned, then they're going to be less susceptible to enlargement, less susceptible to distension.
Yeah.
Also, they're going to be less susceptible to fluid seeping out. And what does that fluid seeping out mean? That's the swelling we experience in those tissues. So to the extent the blood vessels in our legs are healthier, they tend to enlarge less, and the tissues in our legs will swell less. And that's exactly the mode of action of this product. With this product, it's hard to choose whether I should read the science or whether I should read the reviews. The reviews are incredibly, incredibly compelling, and maybe I'll read a few reviews and then read a few quotes from the science, because the science talks about this being an absolutely proven mode of action. And what we've done with this product, we've increased its potency 20% since it's introduced. It's less expensive today than when I introduced it 20 years ago. We've also introduced other ingredients with it, one of which, butcher's broom extract, almost is as interesting as the diosmin in terms of benefit. And we also have pine bark extract and grapeseed extract. So it gives you all of Mother Nature's very effective tools in terms of healthy circulation.
Absolutely. And the best thing about it, if you have, we used to nickname this, we still do, we call it the nurse's product, because there's so many people that rely on their legs for their livelihood, for their job. If you have a job that requires you to stand a lot, if you're in retail, if you're a teacher, if you are working any kind of the service industry where you're on your feet a lot, if you are a nurse, this is a product that is an absolute godsend for anybody that has to stand or sit a lot. We sit more than ever before. We are more sedentary than in the history of America. We are more sedentary. Why? Because we sit in front of computers. Because jobs require a lot more sitting. And so if you sit a lot or if you stand a lot, you absolutely should treat yourself to this. Doesn't it make sense that if the veins and capillaries in our legs are healthier, are stronger, are not, like Andrew said, it's the difference between a garden hose and a water balloon, right? I mean, think about that. Like, you know, when those veins and capillaries.
It's an extreme analogy, but it's the idea.
But it makes sense to me, because otherwise, when our legs are swelling, the first time you ever described that, that means the liquid is seeping out of our veins and capillaries. It's seeping out, and that's where we're getting swollen ankles and swollen calves.
First, you have to also think about the way our body works. We think of our heart as this life-giving organ that is pumping blood throughout our body, but remember, when we go to the doctor, what do they measure? They measure blood pressure. So we could put a little sleeve on our arm. We can measure the pressure that heart is causing on the tissues on our arm. That heart is pumping fluid throughout our body. That fluid, our blood, carries oxygen and nutrients, carries away waste products. That blood is being pumped down to our extremities, our feet, our ankles, our calves. The most distant point from our heart also, it has gravity contributing as well. So not only are we pumping blood to this distant tissue, there's no pump in our feet, ankles, and calves to get it back. And how basically does our body get it back? By pumping more blood behind it. So when you think about it, it's just common sense. These tissues are going to enlarge. The blood vessels are going to be under stress. And over the course of our lifetime, there will be consequences. What this product simply addresses are sort of the timeline of those consequences, giving us a chance to turn back the clock. And I was going to read first a little bit of science, then I just grabbed a few reviews. I think I grabbed the first 4 science charts and the first 4 reviews.
Great.
So from International Angiology, which is a respected medical journal dealing with circulation, the efficacy, the effectiveness was clearly demonstrated. And we're talking about the key ingredient here, with a rapid improvement of functional signs in the first months being maintained till the end of the study. The reduction of ankle and calf circumferences, measurable difference, is probably linked to a decrease in plasma filtration through capillary walls, what I was talking about before, the seepage. This fact confirms the positive role of diosmin with hesperidin on tissue microcirculation.
Interesting.
From another journal, Angiology, pharmacological and clinical studies demonstrated the comprehensive mode of action of diosmin with hesperidin. It increases venous tone, it improves the tone of veins, it improves lymph drainage, and it protects the microcirculation. From Current Vascular Pharmacology, I grabbed 4 different medical journals, I think. The clinical efficacy of diosmin with hesperidin in venous circulation through our veins, has been demonstrated by several randomized control studies in which the rate of benefits was significantly shortened, means more rapid. An explanation for the ability to speed relief comes from the protection diosmin with hesperidin exerts on the microcirculation. From Current Vascular Pharmacology, diosmin with hesperidin reduced venous distension, that's distended enlarged veins, and venous capacitance, and improved venous tone in women with various degrees of venous complaints. It does so in men as well. No more leg cramps. I was skeptical about this product, but I thought that I'd give it a try. I am amazed. This is my 3rd week using this product, and by darn, it works. I've had cramps and you name it, twitching my legs for years and years. I'd be okay for a week and then it would start. It was awful. Let me add that I'm not diabetic. I do not have a circulatory issue. Since using this product, to my amazement and delight, I had no muscle cramps. My toes can sting, but that sensation has been reduced big time. I have hammer toes, ouch, oh yeah, I'm 80. And I initially ordered the 60 capsule size and just reordered the 180 count.
Fantastic.
This changed my life, thank you. For years, I had problems with swelling in my feet and ankles. I went from doctor to doctor because I thought there was something very wrong and was told by all there was not. Still, my ankles and feet were like sausages after work every day, and I was miserable. I spent every night with my legs up to get the swelling down, only to have it come back by the next day. Then I saw these awesome supplements. I ordered circulation and vein support and started taking 2 a day. I realized within about a week that I hadn't even noticed that the swelling had stopped completely.
Wow.
Honestly, my ankles and feet are totally back to normal since I started taking these supplements, and my legs feel much better too. Thank you, Andrew. If I was wearing a short sleeve shirt, you could see the goosebumps.
That's amazing.
It works. For years, walking was a chore for me. My legs felt like they weighed a ton. This is the time of year, it's warm out. We want to get outside, be active.
Absolutely.
After only a week of taking this supplement, I am doing so much better. I still have a day or so with aching, but really these capsules have changed my life. And actually, in those 2,000 plus 5-star reviews, I think there were about 80 or 90 of them that said, changed my life.
I believe that.
We'll never live without this product. I've used the circulation and vein support for over 12 years now. I ran out once and will never happen. It will never happen again. My ankles have always swollen up after doing a lot of walking or standing. Once I use this product, no more swelling. My husband also uses it, and he had very bad Charlie horses in his legs and restless leg syndrome, but no more. If you have any of these problems, you won't be sorry. You will never miss a day taking these in the future. Love Andrew and the other 14 products that we take every day.
That's fantastic. Over 2,200 reviews just like that. Just like those people who took the time to share their experiences. It is really a life-changing product. Because the truth is, if you're not living your best quality of life because you're dragging around, because your legs feel heavy, you're just too tired, You don't have that get up and go in your legs that you used to when you were younger. This is a remarkable product that you will notice and feel and see a difference when you take it. It is outstanding. I always tell the story when I used to work with Andrew and stand for hours. Halfway through the show, I'm going back now 22 years ago, but halfway through the show, they'd always have to bring me a little stool and I have to sit for a while because my feet would ache, my legs would ache. And so I've come a long way. I really have. I've been taking this product for over 20 years every single day. For over 20 years. My mom takes this product. My husband takes this product every single day. My husband's like Andrew. He goes to the gym every day. He's very active, but he found that it just would help his legs feel calmer, which I think was an interesting,
well,
you know, we all
funny.
have our...
I mean, he's an athlete. I still try to be an athlete. That I think when we're active, that's one of the things that when we stimulate our legs through activity, sometimes it's hard to calm them down.
Right.
Sort of like if you have a job where you spend your day on your feet, it's hard. It's no wonder they're restless. They just don't realize it's time to stop. So it's an opportunity to give your body really a chance. And the science, that's what I tried to give you a sense. The science is compelling, it's convincing. The product comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. With this product, that's ample time. It's 2 capsules a day, as I always say. If you use it correctly, it truly delivers. So 2 capsules a day, I think you'll be thrilled. Read the reviews. They're other people's opinion, which is a much more valid point than my opinion.
Okay, we're gonna wrap this up. If you're ordering, thank you so much. Again, it's a 30, 60, 180, 360. Most of you are ordering the 360. Take advantage of the birthday pricing. That's why we love when it's July, because we get to celebrate our birthday. Andrew brings all of our favorites for the birthday visit. In fact, speaking of favorites, our favorite beauty product of all time is going to be launching officially in 5 minutes.
Also the most inexpensive beauty product because it's,
oh, for sure.
It's literally just a dime a day.
Point. Good point.
I don't use expensive shampoo, but I guarantee I spend more than a dime on my shampoo.
One of my favorite, my Genifique, one of my favorite beauty products here at HSN is, it's like $89 for the, you know, the 1 ounce, and that's gonna last maybe 3 months. I mean, this is, when you do that $720, $89.
$89.
That's a year.
It lasts 1 or 2 years.
Could go up to 2 years. It is, and it addresses hair, skin, and nails. It's the trifecta.
Yes.
It does everything in one little capsule. So that's coming up in just a couple minutes, but there's a few more goodies we're going to squeeze in.
And we're only going to be able to do, because we're almost done with the hour, just a mention on glucosamine chondroitin.
Okay.
I'll make sure we talk about it fully either tomorrow morning or tomorrow evening. And then we're just going to mention quickly the monthly special Ultimate Eye. We'll spend some more time on Ultimate Eye in the next hour after the Today Special. But glucosamine chondroitin, the most important takeaway with glucosamine chondroitin is that the typical products that are found in supermarkets and discount stores, you really have to read labels. It's typically glucosamine hydrochloride, which isn't the effective form. You want to be getting glucosamine sulfate. You want to be getting chondroitin sulfate. Ours also, we don't use the sodium form, we use the calcium form. The typical chondroitin is complex with sodium. I don't have high blood pressure. I still watch my sodium intake, my salt intake. So there's no reason we should be getting more sodium in our glucosamine chondroitin product. So in terms of delivering the most effective dosage, following the science, that's what this product is all about. So if you want a chance to kind of embrace the benefits in the science, you can't ignore the science. And most of the companies out there, their products are misleading because they ignore the science.
There we go. I'm going to show you what the choices are real quickly, and I hope you'll stock up, give it a try for sure, because it's another example of a product. This is the most affordable way to get your hands on Andrew's glucosamine and chondroitin product. And you can see, again, big savings. Wow, you're saving $104. Wow, if you go with the 480 count. $59.70, $24.90, $16 off here, again, depending on the size you're thinking about, but huge. You're saving more than you're spending. The glucosamine and chondroitin is another example of a feel the difference product when you take it. If you have joint issues, and you know if you do, because if your joints aren't happy, they let us know in no uncertain terms that they're unhappy. So if you have achy joints, if you have joints that are unhappy, it could be anything from fingers to elbows to shoulders to hips to knees to wherever you have joints that are bugging you, this is a wonderful product to try and see the wonderful results.
And its role is structural. Glucosamine sulfate, chondroitin sulfate, its role is structural in our joints. It's not a drug, it's not a medicine, it's not treating joint conditions. What it's doing, whatever state your joints are in, the one thing all our joints, what we share in common, is the structural components in our joints. So all we're delivering when we're delivering a product like this are those structural components. Again, one of the most simple things, typical glucosamine chondroitin products are big tablets, hard to swallow, hard to digest, kind of hard on the stomach, especially the glucosamine HCl. HCl, hydrochloric acid, can be even more sensitizing to stomachs. Ours is an ultrafine powder. Here we go, small capsule. And as you'll see, it's like dust, and that's why you don't have to worry about it upsetting your stomach. It's a small capsule, so it's easy to swallow, and it delivers the benefits of these ingredients in a form that your body can actually take advantage of. What good is a supplement if it's hard to swallow, if it's not available to your body, or if it upsets your stomach?
Alrighty, we will hopefully have time to talk about it in greater detail later on.
Okay.
But also coming up next hour, we're going to be giving you more details on the Ultimate Eye Support.
In the second half of the next hour, we'll talk about the monthly special, Ultimate Eye. This is the time of year, just like we focus on sunscreen this time of year. I don't make sunscreen. Maybe I will in the future. We did in the past. But just as we focus on sunscreen now because of sunlight, sunlight is also the enemy to the health of our eyes because UV radiation also can damage the tissues in our eye. And the ingredients in Ultimate Eye Support, they are the ingredients that protect our eyes. So we'll talk about lutein and zeaxanthin and the importance of quality vision. They work today, they benefit you today, and